Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? I don't know how to put the chat here. Wait. Wait, let me see if I can put the chat. I cannot read the chat. Damn. Alright, I see the chat right here. How are y'all doing, guys? We're gonna do the giveaway pretty soon. What do you guys want to start with? Straight to Sims or growth, advanced? What's up? What's up? Alright, so today I took 2 trades on 3 accounts. So I'm trading with 5 50k straight to sim funded accounts, and basically what I took this morning was this short right here after we swept the previous daily high right there. We swept the previous daily high right here, and then we had sell side liquidity just below us, sitting right there. So I went to the 5-minute chart, and I saw that we had a market structure shift. And then as soon as I saw that market structure shift, I went for a scalp right there, tight stop right here for a 1-to-1. This is how I did it and made some money on it. I entered pretty aggressively inside that 5-minute gap right here. I should do it at the end of the stream. Yeah, I could. Let's see if there's any entries in terms of like the YouTube model that I show. I'll try to take a trade if there is one. Of course. Let me see here. 15. Not a bad scalp here though. So first thing you can do, basically, if you know my framework and you listen to my YouTube videos, you can go to the bottom right of your trading view chart and click on RTH. And the first thing, basically that's the next video I'm gonna post for you guys. But a really good play you guys can catch when there's big moves in overnight session is the gap fill. So right here you see, if I click on RTH, there's a gap here, so there's quite some chance of you seeing the gap get filled at least either this portion or 50%. So then if you see any type of confirmation, let's say the best confirmation I would say would be an inversion for value gap. So if you see an inversion for value gap just like this towards your gap, then it's a pretty good play, especially if at 9:30 we opened up without tapping the gap, basically without wicking the gap. It means that it was the Judah swing, it is the 9:30 open, and it should be a fake out. You know, there's an influx of liquidity to fill orders above you, and then price should rebalance towards the downside. So this was a play you could have caught, definitely. Call it the gap fill, inversion gap fill, basically. Doesn't happen a lot, but pretty good play. When's the giveaway? We could give away right now. Let me see. All right, we'll start with advanced. we'll start with advanced, then we'll do growth, then we'll do straight to sims. All right, because I won't. There's a lot of people. I don't think there's all the people are here still. You know, I think there could be more people if we wait. So I'll wait a little bit and see if we could be a little bit more. Let's say 100, 150, and when there's gonna be a lot of people, then I'm gonna give away the straight to sim from the accounts. But for now, the thing is, how do I read the chat? Like, I can't put it in a way. Put that. Put that on. All right, I think we're good like that. Wait. It's definitely one of the first times, so. Yo, pause. Pause. Bro is sick, handsome. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Oh my, can you put a little bit of music? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm actually so sorry. I had it to the left. I'm gonna put music on. Sorry, Jacob. I got you. Do you guys hear the music? Tell me if you guys hear the music. Alright. I just took a 1-to-1 of the 15-minute fair value gap. Oh, nice. Let's see what was the trade here. 15. Yeah, from the bounce here. That's not bad. That's really not a bad trade. Discount of the previous range. Overextended to the downside. Yeah, on the 2-minute it was looking really good. On the 2-minute it was literally like a V signature move. Right here. You swept sell side, tap into the 15, then boom, and move back up. That's really nice. I'm gonna put it here. I put it right there. Alright. That should be better. Alright, so let's just, before we do the giveaway, let's just recap like all the trades I think you could have got just using a similar framework. So I really like to use inverse fair value gaps to basically understand where price is going to go. So let's say I'd use 15-minute fair value gaps to tell me who's in control of the market. So right here, let's say I know that the buyers are the one controlling the market from this candle's low to this candle's high here. So if we enter this gap and I see aggressiveness from the sellers, then if I know where they're located, then I can play the squeeze for a scalp to the upside. That's basically just pure order flow. Finding a zone where, if I say it in order flow terms, that would be like finding a zone where there is a low volume or high volume, and then waiting for buyers to show up and squeeze the sellers. So right here, I think this was a pretty good trade, especially in terms of like 1 minute, 2 minute structure. Right here was actually perfect. I really like it. Let me see here. You trade ICT concepts? Yeah, I trade ICT concept, but I do have my own framework and way of reading price. Next time I'll have the... Hey man, I have a question. Did you use 15-minute liquidity targets with that strategy? Because you can have bigger RR from 1-to-1. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, what's up, Zach? How are you doing? That's a good question, but I think you gotta understand the principle behind the RR. And having a low RR, for some people, they actually think it's a bad thing. But if you're trading prop firms and you have a tight drawdown, it's possibly the best thing you can ever do to lower your RR and go for more a higher win rate. But basically, yes, I know price could go higher than 1-to-1, but what is it gonna do? If you have a RR higher than 1-to-1, then you're inclined to having a bigger loss streak. So bigger loss streaks, and also finding inconsistency in some market conditions. So if you stick to a 1-to-1, you could survive in most of the market conditions you'll face, in my opinion. You offer mentorships? I do, but that's only in my Discord. Ever considered going for 1-to-2s? Yeah, I considered, but I think 1-to-1 is the way to go, just for me. That's my my view on it. Alright, so let me just set up the giveaway right now for the advanced accounts. I'll just do it right here. Let's see if I can have it right there. Wait, was it not here? If you scale to 5-minute, we still respect bearish value gap. No, why is this a good trade? Which one? The short trade or the long trade? I'm gonna set up the giveaway right now. Let me just see how exactly I'll do it. It's widgets, then tambolas. Alright, so basically how we're gonna do the giveaway is I'm going to ask you guys to write a word, okay? And when you guys will write that word, it will I will share the screen basically of the bot selecting the names. All right, so I'll make a giveaway basically, since I had I did a portion of the giveaway on Twitter. I'll select random people from Twitter, and I'll also select people from the YouTube chat. That's how we're gonna do it, because if not, y'all will post it for nothing. And all right, so what do you guys think should be the word for today? What do you guys think? What do you guys think should be the word? Amas? You know what? Let's do let's do Amas. All right. So everyone spam Amas right now in the chat. Spam Amas in the chat right now, and then I'll see what we can do. Okay. Man, the chat is so delayed for me, man. So just spam Amas right now, and then it will select it, and then I'll have a few things for you guys. All right. I'll try to set it up. So right here, command Amas. Tell me it's that. All right. Okay. So spam it. There's only 22 people out of the 74 that that spam the word a must. Keep going, keep going. Like spam it right now, okay? Alright, I'm gonna share the screen. Keep spamming it even if you wrote it once. Do it right now, okay? Because it lagged a little bit. Everyone spam the word a must right now in the chat. And then I'll do the giveaway for 50k advance. Alright, and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna take your name and I'm gonna ask you to have your email written in your bio on YouTube. Alright? Come on, keep spamming, keep spamming. There's only 44 people. I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I see on my screen, alright? So you guys can see it. But screen, what is this? No. I'll add one. Add. I'll just show you my screen, alright? Display capture, I think. Oh, hell no. Holy shit, I don't know what the fuck with that. Alright, no, we're not gonna do that. It's screen, I'm so sorry. Oh. I'm so bad with that. Yeah, window capture. Yeah, exactly. Come on. Okay, window capture. Alright. So this is what I see, alright? So you guys will see who's gonna be winning the giveaway, alright? So right now there's 70 people. 70 people, keep going, keep going. There's what, 88? I'm gonna wait a little bit, alright? 2 seconds, I'm grabbing my coffee. Alright, 74. Alright, we're gonna do it right now. So going here, and I'm gonna accept, okay? Literally in 2 seconds. Alright, come on, come on. Spam the word a must to get in the giveaway right now. 83. That's actually cool. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna start it right now. Fuck it. Boom. Oh my. Vinny. Alright, you have 1 minute. You have 1 minute, Vinny, to show you to type in the chat, and then I'm gonna give you your account. Alright. Alright, I see you in the chat, Vinny. I see you. Alright. Let me mark that out. Alright. So the first one is Vinny. Alright. Let's do it this way. First winner is Vinny in the chat. Come on, Vinny. Alright. That's cool. Congrats. Alright. Yeah, so I wrote down your name. Yo, Vinny, just write in the chat what's your Twitter name. It will be easier for me. I'll just DM you on Twitter. Alright? That's how we're gonna do it. Okay, the second name, the second yeah, I think we're gonna just stay with the must, because if not, it's gonna take too long for all the people to spam again, and I don't want you guys to go through that. So Vinny, what's your Twitter name? Wait. Okay, I subscribe to you. All right, on YouTube. All right, bet. How many are you doing right now? Okay, so that's the first. So you want a 50K advanced account. Okay, I say we're gonna start with advanced, then growth, then we're gonna do straight to Sims. All right. So right now we're gonna keep the same word for advanced. All right, and then we're gonna switch it, so you guys have to spam again. All right. But trust me, that is completely random. So, but that's pretty nice. All right, so I'm gonna do it in like 30 seconds. All right, you have 30 seconds to spam the word Amos if you didn't, and then if your name if you get picked up, basically if your name shows on the chart, on the screen, sorry, then you have to you have 1 minute to write in the chat, so I know you're not AFK, and then I'll click on your YouTube channel, and you need to have your email in your bio. All right, that's how we're gonna do it. So, oh my, 97. All right, all right. A 100, and I'm gonna start it. Come on. Three more. Let's see if I know names here. Broads, I know you. Damn, mayonnaise unicorn. Jacob. All right. 100, come on. That's right now. All right. Tyler, yo, hopefully Tyler wins. All right, let's go. AMKO. You have 55 seconds to write in the chat. You want an advanced 50K account? Come on. I don't see your name yet. Okay, that's you. Alright. That's perfect. I'm gonna... Alright, you just want a 50K advanced account. Good job. Good job, brother. Alright, let's see what the chart does right now. Most likely gonna fail this 1 hour for rally gap right here after that bullish closure. Why is it like that? So my jaw's this high for now. Do we do the growth giveaway right now? Growth giveaway? Or we wait a little bit? Damn, 96 people. That's nice. Much love, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir. Can you show us the last long trade if we scale to 5 minute? The long right here, because the long I was talking about, let's say a good long you could have caught was right here, you know, on the 2 minute, and there was no gaps on 5, no gaps on the 3, no gaps on the 2. There was a gap on the 2, but that's where you would have played it, you know. So basically, there's so many concepts you can pair it with, but you can pair it, like, you know, that what happened right here on the 2 minute chart with the open high low close. You know, right here, this 15-minute candle closed. Shit. This 15-minute candle closed and a brand new candle opened, and then right after it went to sweep the low, boom, like this, and after it flipped. So it was trading bearish right here, and then it flipped to bullish, and as soon as you saw that, then if you can predict that this candle is going to close bullish, then you're most likely going to see a drive to the upside. So if I go here on the 2 minute chart, this is exactly what happened. So we had an open low on the new 15 towards a gap right here, the 15-minute fair value gap right here. Why is it lagging? There's the 15-minute gap. I cannot drag the gap for some reason, but yeah, we had an open low, and then right here is the open of the new 15. So as soon as you see that inverse, you wait, and you want to buy here to predict that the new 15 is going to be bullish. As soon as you have that confirmation right here, then you know you just have to wait for the close of that 15 to take out your profits. So right here it's 14, and then you get out on the push here, boom, for a 1-to-1. So many concepts you can pair it up with, in my opinion, because let's say here, if you have this zone drawn to your left, which you think there's a lot of potential buyers in it, then you want to engage in a potential scalp opportunity to the upside. If you know there is a big displacement in the market, you most likely need a healthy pullback right here. If you see bullish candle closure, you're most likely going to feel an internal gap. That's what you need to understand. So yeah, let's do the giveaway again. But we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch the name. All right, 100%. So the word we're gonna use for the growth is what can we use? We're gonna use IFVG. All right, IFVG. So you spam IFVG in the chat, and that will be the word for the second giveaway. All right, for growth accounts. Nah. The PFT will keep it for the straight descent. So everyone in the chat, spam IFVG, all right, and then I'll give away 2 50K growth accounts, all right. So I'm gonna put the word here, and it's gonna say how many people. Oh shit. Wait. I'm just gonna trim that out right here. Do this for now. Alright, the word is IFVG, alright? So right now there's only 20 people out of 90. So come on. I want to see more people. 44. $53. There's 89 people here. Spam the word IFVG if you want to get into this giveaway. 50K growth account. That's possibly the best account. 50K growth, because you don't have to pay any activation fees, you know, straight up. If you pass this account, you're funded 50K. So that's better than an advance, in my opinion. In some way. If you cannot pass the eval, then it's not better. You're better off trading in an advanced. So spam the word IFVG, and as soon as we're gonna have 100 people, then we're gonna do the giveaway again. So yeah, 94. Come on. $96, 7. And that's actually dope. Come on. 2 more. 102 people here. 99 people wrote the word IFVG. Alright, 101. We're gonna do it right now. So I'm gonna share this. Alright, perfect. Let's do it. 50K growth. We're gonna do it twice, alright? So first winner of the 50K growth is, I'm gonna give it 5 more seconds. 106. There's people that are logging in two YouTube channels to get. I know there's people that are logging into 2 or 3 YouTube channels, bro. Alright, come on. ID 2411. You have 58 seconds. I'm gonna read the chat right now, but you have 53 seconds right now to type in the chat. And if you won, come on, I don't see your name. ID 2411. Did you type in chat? I don't see you in the chat right now. Okay, you're here, right? Okay, I just added you on I added you on YouTube, so I'm gonna just make sure. Wait. Why does it write this as winners? Okay, it's written them. Okay. Alright, so make sure you have your email in your YouTube description, alright? Not description, like your, description, yeah. YouTube, if I click on your name on YouTube, I should be able to see your email. If not, then there's no way for me to give you that account, alright? So, alright, next one. Let me see the charts. 15. Oh shit, I'm always in replay mode. Inside bar H1 candle. All right, second again. So this the same. It's the same word. All right, IFVG again. So I'm giving away another growth account. That's the second growth account I'm gonna give away. All right. So we already gave 2 advanced and 1 growth. So the last winners were Vinny, AMKO, and ID. Alright, so spam IFVG in the chat. So right now, let's do it. Come on. You go. Oh my god, I think. Are you in my Discord? I think you're from my Discord. You go. You won a 50k growth account. Come on. So you have like 45 seconds to speak up in chat. So you gotta send a comment in the chat so I know you're here, and then I'm gonna add you on YouTube. Alright? And you need to have your email in your description. I don't see him he's trying to find the logins of the 5th account. You're right. You have 30 seconds left right now. You go to type in the chat, or we're just gonna, do it again. You go, are you here? So many people are praying for you to not be here. 20 seconds. Nah, Hugo went to sleep. What is he doing? Hugo, what are you doing? 10 seconds. Is he gonna clutch? Is he gonna find the password? Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, that could be it. And time is up. Unfortunately, Hugo, time's up, my brother. It's been a minute since you won. Unfortunately, you didn't type in the chat, so we'll have to do it again. Alright, doing it again. 50k growth account. Hugo was sleeping, so come on. Zay Trades. That name is like tells me something. Zay Trades, you have 1 minute to claim. Yeah, I see you in the chat. Alright, Zay Trades. Alright. I think Zay Trades. I think you comment on my YouTube videos, no? I see you in the YouTube comments, I think. Well, good job. So, how can we do the straight to sim? Straight to sim is the real game, is the real deal. It is the real deal. There's still 250k straight to sim funded accounts to give away. So the word is not IFVG anymore. Alright, so you guys can stop spamming in the chat. I'm gonna get rid of this window right here. So there is still 2 accounts to give away, which is 50k straight to sim funded accounts. All right. Um, nah. I know what's gonna be the next word. That's for sure. People are already spamming it. Project X on Tradeify tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. Alright. Alright. So what we're gonna do is that we're not gonna do the giveaway right now, right? Because I have some time left for the stream for sure. I don't want to stream for like 30 seconds and you know, I'm gonna try to catch a trade for sure. So today I'm already up around like what 588, 602 and 733 on 3 accounts. So basically what I did was that I entered only on 3 accounts because it was an aggressive entry. So I didn't want to enter on all my accounts. Yo, ask me questions, that would be nice. Anything regarding, you know, trading, prop firms, rules, you know. I know pretty much everything at this point. What about Twitter winners, like you said? The thing is, every time I do giveaways on Twitter, everyone's complaining. There's always some people complaining about, oh, this guy won and this and that, you know. So I love you, Amos, and I love you, Jacob. You're the GOAT, Jacob. Where to update the email address on YouTube? It's in your description. It's in your just go in your description and write your email. That's it. How long it took you to become full-time? 2 years. Amos, why sometimes you take a part of the 15 for value gap, 15 minute for value gap? Not just, let's say I'm doing a YouTube video. I don't want to like, it has to be aesthetic in some ways, so you guys are not, you know, are not confused by the charts. You know, let's say like there's a big 15 minute for value gap, all right? Let's say it's the fair value gap is right here, all right? It's a big one. Like I will not, let's say I'm in a YouTube video, I'll just write down this portion so you guys understand that we're in the gap. But I'm not just gonna take a trade, let's say here, and let this big rectangle in the middle of the chart. That's just not aesthetic, and it may be confusing, you know. So I'm in long since 11 a.m. Wait, in long since 11 a.m. Yeah, that's a really good long, in my opinion, right here. Multiple concepts I could have used here, but really good long here. I like it. When is Project X with Tradeify? And that's a good question. I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer to that statement. Flex your biceps, bro. Nah, Brett is gonna be mad at me if I do that. So Twitter was for nothing? Damn. You're making me feel bad. Now we could select definitely someone from Twitter for sure. Yeah, just keep asking questions in the chat. That's anything, it could be funny, anything. Can you show us example of valid and invalid trade? I saw you took some on the last video, but some of them are respecting higher time frame. For example, 5-minute for value gap. So can you cover this again? You would. This is like to give me the time. Let's say the trade, the exact trade you're talking about, so I can come back to it. But it's too large. I don't remember the trades I stated in there, to be completely honest. What was the video again? When's this trade to funded giveaway? Because I want to win. I would want to take something during PM today. Yeah. Okay, so basically Cam is saying that he want me to do the giveaway right now so he can trade this account during PM. That's a good statement right here. That's a good reason why I should do it right now, but I can't, fortunately. How I start trading with small capital like $10. What you should do, if you don't have a lot of capitals, you should focus on, that's 100%, you should focus on backtesting, proving to yourself that you have a real edge. And when you have thousands of trades backtested, and you know that you have a strategy that is proven to work, then go to work, stack your money, and invest your money into prop firm accounts, because in my opinion this is the best type of leverage you can get for your buck. Making, let's say, $10,000 a month from trading prop firms is 100 times easier than doing $10,000 a month with your live capital. That's 100%, because the chances you'll get a live account with 100k USD in it is pretty slim, if especially you don't live in the US or Canada or countries where the currency is strong. If your currency in your country is not strong, then your best bet is to trade with prop firms. That's not even a debate. Unless do you wait for macros to trade or whenever you see an opportunity? If you wait for the macros, your win rate is most likely going to be higher. That's for sure, because there's just an increase of liquidity at that time. But I think there is some good setups to be found at any time. If you use the same framework and you backtest, you keep backtesting, keep refining, you will find something, that's for sure. Even if it's, let's say you have a regular job and you can only trade PM session, you will find something from that time window if you're truly locked in. Let's see, I'm on the 15 right here. Nothing for me yet that I see. What is your most trusted and go-to PD array for taking an entry? That's a good question. So basically, like, I'm gonna make like a quick explanation of like the entry types. It's pretty simple in trading. You always see the same kind of patterns showing up on the chart. So you have the order block, which I call the OB, which is only a regular break of structure, All right, so you would try to enter on the pullback to the area where we broke above structure. That's pretty much it. All right, you can see order blocks everywhere on the chart. Then you have breakers, so breaker block, and then the breaker is a better version of the order block because it gives you more context. It breaks above the high. Let's say it's a bullish breaker. It creates a low. Let's say it creates a low right here. It has to break below the low and then break above the high. All right, so you need to create a bearish order block first and then disrespect that bearish order block to create a bullish zone. So that, in my opinion, the order block is a better version than the breaker block is a better version than the order block. All right, because it gives you more context, in my opinion. It's like it's waiting for a failed PD array. That's really the context behind it. A failed PD array, in my opinion, is better than just waiting for a regular PD array to show up and just trusting it. Same thing. So let's say here would be like a B, and this would be an A. All right, so that is better. So I like this one better. Same thing for the concept of fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps, right? Let's say you have a fair value gap that is getting created. Let's say you have a move up right here. This is a fair value gap. Then this is good. It tells you where buyers are in the market. Okay, where is the aggression? But the thing is, you're still, let's say you enter inside this fair value gap, you're still praying in some way that this fair value gap will hold. You're still betting that, okay, right now we're seeing some displacement to the upside. If we get a move back towards this gap, this is where the buyers are, so we should create a new high. That's really your framework behind entering inside a fair value gap. But a better version of the fair value gap would be an inverse fair value gap. Why? Because it gives you more context. Again, let's say you break above, you know where the buyers are, then what can you do is you don't want to enter right here because you know it's kind of scary to just pray that the buyers will hold. You will not pray that the buyers will hold. You will wait for them to get squeezed. And as soon as you wait for them to get squeezed, then I think it's a better, kind of entry to go in shorts right here, So a fair value gap, an inverse fair value gap is a better version of a fair value gap, in my opinion. It gives you more context. It's the concept of a failed PD array. So if you have a failed PD array, then I can trust it a little bit more than a normal PD array. So in terms of the best entry model, that's a really good question. I would say the breaker and the inverse fair value gaps are the better, like the best type of entries you can take on NQ, in my opinion. Yeah, the breaker is better than the OB, in my opinion, for sure. It gives you just more context. It's a failed PD array, so yeah, pretty much it. How long to the next giveaway? Not long. We're gonna wait a little bit, and then because this stream ends at at 3. So we'll see what we do. I want to take a trade. That's what I want to do. June 3rd, 2 p.m. Right here. There was like a gap above. There was a small 5-minute gap. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the thing is with that is that you could still enter, let's say here on the 2-minute inverse, and if it does, let's say right here it's 22, all right, and you know every single 5-minute candle closes at either 4 and 59 seconds or 9 and 59 seconds of every 10 minutes. So right here it's 22 because we're on the 2-minute chart. So there's 2 minutes and 59 seconds left for that 5-minute candle to close. So you could enter right here knowing that if that 5-minute gets respected, then you would just get out for a small loss. That's pretty much it. You know, it's pretty simple. You take whatever the market gives you. You find a reason why either you should stay out of the market or you should engage. But it's not that complicated. Yeah, exactly. It's in my opinion, by the way. I'm not in any time telling you that you could definitely find that fair value gaps work better for you than IFVGs, of course. Please can even 5-minute higher. Yeah, so basically what you do in that case, Yov, is that you just you want to enter lighter when there's less confluence, let's say, or when there's more danger. So since here there was a little bit more danger, then you want to either enter micros or make sure you have your stop loss to break even as soon as you tap a gap that is higher than a 1 1 2 3, because it's 5. Pretty good move we had. Any other questions, guys? Could be literally anything. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Let me see, yes. Your room looks good, thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you. Why future is not Forex? That's a good question. I think if you want to scalp, depending on what is your personality really, but I think that with my personality, I like to be in and out really fast in the market. So stay on 1, 2, 3, 5-minute chart. So I don't think Forex gives you that type of volatility, so let's say of course I could trade. Let's say if you're talking about trading CFDs rather than futures, like let's say just trading NAS 100 rather than NQ, in my opinion, that's not a good idea. Why? Because if you are in such a volatile market, you want to get filled at your order. You don't want to have any sort of slippage, or how is it called? Not slippage. But on CFDs, you never get filled at your market price, at the price that, let's say, on your limit order. There's always fees related to commissions, and they will fill you below your price. So if you're scalping, that's not something you want to engage into. Do you use SMTs? Yeah, spread, exactly. I lose the word. I speak French. Yeah. So, yeah, and also like in terms of prop firms, like purely prop firms, the CFD game doesn't compare to futures. Like it's, you cannot even compare those. Like futures is 100 times better. Let's say I just use Tradeify. There's no prop firms on CFDs that gives you a straight to sim. I'm pretty damn sure of that. And if they do, you cannot have 5 accounts. You're not 100% gonna get paid. You know? And let's say with futures, there's the costs, the initial investment you're putting in compared to Forex is way smaller. Let's say if you buy 150k account, let's say straight to sim, it will cost you, let's say 380, but you can make 2,000 if you respect the rules, then go live with the prop firm. So in terms of like scalability, it's more scalable on futures prop firms. I think also there's more money to be made. It is the firms are really trustworthy, some of them, you know, and yeah, pretty much it. So more scalable, less initial investment. Futures, you get filled at the price that you want to get filled at. No spreads, no slippage, no anything. You want to trade a volatile market if your personality is you want to be a scalper, you know, in and out of the market super fast. So that's pretty much all the reasons why. But the main reason is the scalability of futures. On Forex, you need to pass 2 evals, you know, a 8% phase 1, 5% phase 2, and that account costs you like 1.5k USD. And you know, it's too much time wasted, you know, when you could just buy straight to sim and you're immediately on the road to 5x your initial investment, 5.5x your initial investment. Is there a way to make a Discord call with you for like a trade recap for a one-time fee, so I ask you some question and show you things on my screen? You don't need to. Just we'll make it for free this Sunday. All right, I'm gonna go live this Sunday, make a recap. You know, rather than making the video, I'm just gonna make it for free. Look at all the trades you could have caught this week using, you know, 2 different frameworks. In my opinion, if you keep it simple, if you take the same exact approach every single day, that's how you find consistency. You cannot try to play both sides of the market all the time. You know, try to take a scalp here and there. If you take let's say if you take 3 to 4 setups every week, and you just focus on an A+ setup every time, the money will compound. So yeah, I'll make a call on Sunday to review all the trades. Let's say using the same framework, etc. So no need to pay. Would you say taking a trade right after market open is less probable of working out? Depending on your edge, you know, there's so many things that are working from, let's say, 9:30 to 10:10. You know, this 40-minute window, this time aspect. If you, let's say, only take trades from the market open to, let's say, 10:30, candlestick patterns will mean so much during that time window because there's a lot of volatility. You know, if there's a lot of volatility and you see let's say a breaker, then the chances of you seeing a move from that breaker, if it doesn't hit your stop loss, is pretty high. You know, so there's people that like to engage in those type of moves, and I think it's a good idea to just, I think what you should do is pick a time of the day that you will trade and master it. Even if it's 9:30 to 10:30, 9:30 to 11, if you have enough data from only this time window, if you have 1,500 trades and you know exactly what happened in the last 5 years between 9:30 to 10:10, you think you're not going to be profitable? That's really the question. I will pay with this smile. Trust me, because I want something that can really help me. You don't need to pay, brother. That, like, let's say what I say on YouTube is enough for you to find your model, in my opinion. Hamas do one-on-one with you. We want more videos. Yeah. I have so many more videos coming. Trust. So right now we swip that sell side right here. So let's say here, when I see that sell side, I know we have a gap to the left. If I see that we start to push back to the upside and that candle is bullish, then I know we're most likely gonna fill the internal gap. So I'm gonna look for that if we can. So you know, this inverse either or waiting for a full-on breaker could be the play here after that AM low got taken out. When are you doing the straight to funded giveaway? Soon. Stay there. If you want to win that straight to sim, stay there. You don't want to leave right now. Yeah, I'll see if we can flip on that 15. If we can flip on that 15, I'd like that trade. 6 minutes left. Let's see. So the more aggressive play would be to take this. The more passive entry would be to wait for the full-on breaker, then see him move back to the upside. Yo, Jacob, stop closing people, bro. Yo, that guy is my personal closer, bro. Join the Discord. Oh my. Giveaway real quick. I want to be locked in for PM. No. Nah, bruh. The thing is you see like that enthusiasm to just trade, to put on a trade with a straight to sim. That's the reason why like most people are just blowing accounts. You cannot be like, yo, come on, give me the straight to sim so I can start trading it this PM session. Like, what tells you that there's gonna be a setup, you know? So yeah, calm down. You can trade Monday. There's gonna be a trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know, chill out. You just decrease your amount of trades per week, you will see a big difference in your trading. That's for sure. 100%. So there's most likely gonna be an inverse right here. It looks dangerous though. That volume imbalance. That would be the aggressive entry right here. $41. What account am I logged in on? So since I already took a trade on 3 of my accounts, I'll judge the setup, but it could be a play only on 1 account. Amos is such a zen dude. Appreciate you, bro. When your stop loss gets hit so much for 3 years straight, man, you become that's a good sell side sweep here. 41. Let's see if we can take a trade here. So let's say if you do get a pullback right here, that is a good trade in my opinion to go higher. If you sweep that internal high and then you go down, that could be pretty dangerous, especially right now there's a 5-minute gap. But you see, like right here, this 5-minute candle will close. If we close like this and then we see him move back down, the chances of this breaker right here to hold to create new highs for a 1-to-1 is high. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. So 42, I like this. This is not bad. So let's say I want to enter right here, stop loss right below the slow. That would be 400. That's a pretty high risk here for that account. Not gonna lie. So I would want to enter here and buy, let's say 5. Let's say I'm like this. Let's see what it does here. But if we do pull back to this fair value gap aligned with this order block, I will definitely take that. That in my opinion is a really good trade. I'll risk 5. You know, a small trade here. Where's the OP here? OP's right there. Alright, I'm gonna put my limit order right here. Boom. Limit order. Just put my limit order. It will fill me only on 1 account. Oh wait, I didn't put it right. That could be bad, guys. I could not get filled here. Alright, I got filled. Perfect. Perfecto. Oof. That's aggressive. That's not what I wanted to see here. Let's see what it does still. Quick scalp to the upside, tight risk. Could find sellers here inside that wick, to be honest. Do not like what happened here at 44. This rally gap has to get ran through right here for us to see the high. If this rally gap gets ran through, I'm pretty confident. Make sure, like, whenever you enter a trade, just enter with a size that you'll still have a smile on your face. You know, that's like what, 197 bucks of risk. That's pretty light. PM trade, you know. We'll do the giveaway after that trade. I'm gonna recap it right after the trade ends. Is there a lot of people who, let's say they take trades on YouTube and they enter with their position, or no? That's the moment where you want to see prices waving through that fair value gap right here. Just completely disrespecting it. And then you'll have a breaker on the 1 minute chart if we do close above. At 50. That's the beginning of the macro. That could be an open high. Macro time. Macro time, come on. That's a light trade though. Pretty light. Inversed this gap right here. We don't want to see more than this cover right here. This candle. This should be BE right here. This is a BE trade. So risk free right there. Let's see what we can get away with on that trade. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna get out right here. Boom. Let's go. Light scalp, light scalp, light scalp. As you guys can see, it was taken on my Tradeify account. Boom. There was only 3 that had a P&L, and then the last one. Come on. Light risk though, what is it? 125. Already made like some bread today, you know, so that's lightweight. Can we get some W's in the chat? Can we get some W's in the chat for that? Come on. You know, the breaker that I was talking about earlier, sell side sweep, that breaker, we had that confirmation to go and fill the internal gap on the 15. That's really about it, you know, as a framework behind the trade. You know, so really what happened right here was that, you see, we had those morning lows right here into this 15-minute gap. So I know there's a lot of potential buyers below those lows here inside this 15-minute fair value gap. So what did I wait for? I waited for price to tap this gap and then see a 15-minute candle that closed, you know, bullish, right? Why is it bullish? I just wanted to see price basically rejecting this low on the 15, because since we created a huge down move pretty aggressively, it means that if this 15-minute candle closes you know, above the sell side, it means that there is a fair value gap that is going to be created. And if that fair value gap is being created, then there's a lot of chances of price going back towards that gap, since there's so many orders to get filled. That's really the principle. It's either you wait for a gap to get filled, then you take the scalp, or you want to target the fair value gap so you can fill it, you know. So that's pretty much it for this 15-minute scalp right here. Pretty light, it was like what, 125, so did not really care. But as you guys can see, it was taken on my Tradeify account. Alright, giveaway time. Stop yapping. 150. We're gonna give away a 50K straight to sim funded account. Alright, which means that with 150K straight to sim, this account costs around $382 with code AMOS. Alright, the best code in the game. If you take that code, then you increase your win rate by 20%. Alright, that's first. And you can 5x your initial investment, which means that you can take out basically 2K in profits. 2K in payouts basically. You have a 3K profit target, then you take out 2K, and you can have up to 5 accounts, which means that it's your easiest road to 10K a month. All right. So what I'm gonna give away is I'm gonna give away 2 straight, so 50K straight to funded account. All right. So yeah, that was indeed a unicorn setup right here, 100%. But the framework behind why that unicorn worked is what you guys should focus on. Not really, you know, like the one minute model. Like, how many times did you see a breaker get ran through? You know, like, it happens every single day. There's either a fair value gap that is getting ran through, or, you know, a breaker, an order block. You need to find the reason why on the higher time frame we should go to the upside, not on the one. So yeah, code AMOS, 20% win rate higher. All right, we're gonna do the giveaway right now. The word is gonna be PFT. All right, PFT, which is the name of my Discord. Yeah, so PFT. All right, name of my Discord, and a lot of new things coming into this Discord also. But the stream right here is definitely for Tradeify. You know, keep trading Tradeify. That's the best for them. They will never deny your payout. Plus, you get access to straight to sim funded accounts. Like, what do you want? All right, so I'm gonna go in right here. What is it? It's PFT. All right, everyone spam PFT. All right, make sure you spam PFT. Right now there is 17 participants that wrote the word PFT. So boom, here it is. So 250K straight to funded account. Come on. I need 100 participants to type that. If there's not 100 people that type PFT, I'm not doing the giveaway. Like, I don't know, bring your sister, your dog, you know, log into another YouTube channel, I don't care. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do to have, so I can see 100 participants right here. Oh, 74, I'm yapping for no reason. 74, come on. Come on. Plus you won the trade. If I gave out the account before, someone would have been $125 richer. I'm joking. No, don't copy my trades. Not financial advice. Never. All right, 94. Come on. I'm waiting for 100. I'm waiting for 100. So 88 people right now, 94 people in the live, 90 people in the live right now. I want 100 people in the live plus 100 participants. Come on. To be honest, this giveaway right now, straight to sim is huge. Like, straight to sim is huge. One straight to sim, if you live, like, let's say in I don't know what country. Say you live like in Morocco or something, that would change your life. I'm not gonna lie. 106. Is the beat still playing? Damn, come on. W stream, 96 people in the chat. I want 150K straight to sim funded account giveaway. We just took a trade, bang or win. Come on. All right. That's a big giveaway right here. Like, big giveaway. No leash. All right. 92. Come on. 111. Yo, there's people that are logged in with 5 accounts, bro. I know it. All right. So 1 minute, in 1 minute I'm gonna give away. 1 minute I'm doing the giveaway, so I will post this progress in your Discord. Nah, that's W comment, but the picks are totally random, you know. Can't do anything about that. Alright, we're doing the giveaway right now. Good luck to everyone. Man, I hope I give that to someone who that would change his life. Come on. Alright, PFT, let's get it. Legend, oh my god. Legend. It was one away from being Benji. Nah, Benji, that's tough. Oh my god, Benji. So you have 45 seconds left to claim your prize, my brother Legend. So you gotta type in the chat right now. 35 seconds left. Rigged. Bro, this is the less rigged way. Legend, you have to log into your 5th YouTube channel to get in. Come on. That is, if you don't respond in 16 seconds, it is finished. Okay, you're here. He responded. Come on. Alright, Legend. I added you. Okay, so make sure if you won. Legend, I'll go. Damn. Alright, good. That's really good. Alright. Yeah, make sure if you won the giveaway, you need to have your email in your YouTube description. Alright, it's super important. If you don't have it, there's no way for me to give away those accounts. Alright, I am win. Yes, you win, mi brother. So Legend. Alright, you just want to know, like, where, for the people who won for now, where are you from? Where are you guys from? The people that won. So Legend, Zay, ID, Vinny, AM. Yeah, where are you guys from? Like, I want to see if you guys are from like a, you know, I want to see where you guys are from. If you guys are from, you know, Europe, Africa, write my email here. No, in your YouTube description. Egypt, damn. That's cool, because I saw like the picture, you had like Arabic scriptures, so that's why I asked. Alright, USA, AMKO, alright. That's good. Australia, nice. We have all the continents. Come on. Literally all the continents right now. We still need Europe. Did he win both? No. He won only one. Alright? So j'habite au Gassé. Yeah. Alright, so last giveaway. Same word, PFT. You know what? Am I switching the word? Because so many people had the time to log into 5 YouTube channels, bro. That's the thing. Like, if I change the word, that will make it better. Like, you'd have more chances to win. So, last word. Nah, we're gonna switch the word. I don't care. 118. There's 90 people in the live. You guys are rigging stuff. Nah. No PFT. No PFT. Alright. So we're switching the word to. Alright, we're switching the word to QC. Alright? QC. QC. Alright, the word is QC. Right here. So spam the word QC. No PFT, no please PFT. Nah, bro, I know you logged in 5 YouTube channels. Come on. No, please PFT, brother. Nah. Trust me, it's not PFT. It's QC right now. Quebec, come on, represent my country right now. So QC, there's 94 people here. So I'm just gonna take that out, reset the word. You know. So I'm gonna reset the word right here. QC. There is 20 participants right here. That's the last. That's That's huge. Come on. 101. Come on, come on, come on. The word is QC. Representing Quebec, you know. Alright. How many people? 52. We're 103 in the live. We already gave out, what, 5 accounts? 5 accounts were already given. So this is the last one. Alright, last one. Hey, come on. 103. I need more than 100 person. 100 people. Come on. 78. QC, spam QC in the chat if you want to be in the giveaway. Already around, what, 94 people already in the giveaway. Come on, let's go. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to put the, you know, I didn't put the chat on my screen, so I have my phone to the right, which is just crazy work, but come on. So the word is QC, right? Keep spamming it in the chat. I'll do it in like 1 minute, right? 1 minute. Come on, guys. 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. Come on. People in the live. That's what we want. $114. All right. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, guys. Come on. That is huge. $119. All right, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and we're gonna do the giveaway. Avix. All right, I remember, like, I know names here. Now let's see if there's any scammers right here. All right, so right here, Acrylics QC is indeed Jacob, you know. So if I see you with 2 names, and that's tough. Nah. Nah, bro, chill. Yo, this guy, Jacob, you got caught in 4K. Daniel Diaz, come on. Alright, guys. Jacob got caught in 4K, but Jacob, you know, he needs that account. You know, he's from Algeria and stuff. It's hard there. So, alright, guys. Last giveaway, 126 people. There's 103 people in the live. I already know some people logged in into 5 YouTube accounts. But, you know, good luck to everyone. Let's get it. Come on. Alright. Now we're gonna put a music. What music can I put? Let me see. Let me see what music I can put. Yo, how do we call like? Ah, shit. Alright. We're gonna put that, alright? Alright, we're just gonna put this one. Alright? Let's get it. Good luck. Santiago C. Oh my god. Oh my days. Santiago C, you just won a 50k straight to sim funded account. Oh my days. I think I remember your name. Are you not from my Discord? Yo, how many people won from my Discord? Alright, so Santiago C, you're here. Come on, good job. Ah, shit. Alright, so make sure every single winner puts make sure every single winner puts you gotta put your email in your YouTube description, right? So make sure you have that in your description. But it was a pretty nice stream, I'm not gonna lie. You know, give away 6 accounts, winning trade, you know, 1 more bonus account. I have, yo, if Brett is in the chat, y'all can ask him. But if he's not in the chat, I think that's GG's. At him if he's in the chat. You gotta see. He could. If someone's in the Tradeify team looking at this, then you gotta at him. But if not, that's sponsored by Tradeify, you know. So you guys need to thank Tradeify for that. But congrats to all the winners. Hopefully this account will be a good, you know, good push for you, so you can start trading well with good risk, good discipline, you know. Hello, it's me, Brett. Yes, give up. Yeah, the giveaways are done. It's finished. No more giveaways. But yeah, Paraguay. Yes, Paraguay, nice. Please change my life. That would be hard, bro. Amas, I won, but where's the email? Can't find it in the description. You need to put your email in your description. Alright? your email in your own description. All right, every single people who won, you need to put your email in your YouTube description. This is the only way for me to give away those accounts. All right. But that was nice. All right, let me put the sound back. Yeah, you see, let's say in terms of trades, there's no way for us to catch a better trade than this, in my opinion. Like, this was just such a good trade. Even on the 30, you see like how clean it was. If you only wait for setups like those every single day, they're not gonna like appear every single day. That's what you need to understand also, is that they'll show up like what, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Do a live backtesting session soon. Yeah, for sure. I'll do it pretty soon. You know, on possibly Sundays or. But I'll go live. I'll go live this week also on YouTube. You know, live trading, trying to take trades with y'all. Amos, you're such a good human being, for real. Oh my god. You, Jacob, stop trolling. Dope. You seem humble. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. What are you trading? NQ futures. NASDAQ futures. Do you guys, by the way, I have a question for the chat. Do you guys like when the screen looks like this, or you guys would rather see the time frames? I find it cleaner when it's that way. You're a legend. A person? You ever do 1 to 2? No, never. 1 to 1s. You guys rather have the time frames, or this right here is better? I think this looks better, so I can gatekeep the time frames I'm looking at. So you guys have to listen to my YouTube videos to understand. That's, in my opinion, better. And also, I have the accounts right here, which will show that I was in a trade or not. So, because there's always gonna be people in the chat that are gonna be saying paper trading. No paper trading. Got 3 XFAs right now. Looking to get these 2 on Monday so I can have 5 cigarette. Let's go. Come on. Hopefully you'll be able to pull it off. You got this, Roman. With the time frame, yeah, I have to gatekeep the time frames, like, that's just better in my opinion. Yeah, show the time frames. I don't know, it looks cleaner like this, I think. But in terms of trades, right now, we're most likely gonna go back towards that buy side and that internal gap. Same kind of framework with, the 15-minute play. As you guys can see right here on the 1-hour chart, we rejected that sell side right here, so couldn't close below it. Also couldn't close below this candle's low. So we have an internal gap above us. This internal gap has most likely a lot of orders sitting above. So yeah, the draw should be this 1 hour fair value gap. Well, look at the play that we got. Insane. But you see what I was talking about earlier. I wanted to see that 5-minute candle close above this candle. This would have been, you know, a faster trade. It would have taken like 2 minutes for us to win. So right here, let's see here. In terms of 15-minute fair value gaps for scalps, you don't have anything here. We have this one up there, but it will be pretty late into the day. Pretty late. For the rest, nothing. How can we do a poll here? I don't know. We do a poll like who's like break even, who's in profits. Or who's break even, who's in profits, who's down today. I want to see. Pretty late Friday also. This is what the 5-minute chart looks like. Can you break down the trade again? Yeah, for sure. So basically what happened is that we had the AM lows, and the real, truly, like, I think the problem with most people is that they overcomplicate stuff. You know, you only need few concepts. It's basically like, you know, boxing. If you master the jab and the cross and the backhand, then you're pretty good. That's the same thing for trading. If you master liquidity and for value gaps, then pretty much the same thing. So those are, in my opinion, the best two concepts. So right here we had a 15 on the 15-minute chart. We had a 15-minute fair value gap. So what is this gap telling me? There's potential buyers that are going to be willing to enter below this low, right? If you're an institution and you need to enter, all right, with size. Institutions are the people moving this market. If you want to enter with size, then let's say you want to buy 5,000 contracts, then you need 5,000 people to sell contracts. So 5,000 contracts at the same time for you to get filled at the same price. So what is this area? It's below lows, above highs, right? So right here, below lows, you can expect that if you see sellers, you know, being squeezed, that you're gonna most likely see a move up. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing that made me want to take this trade is the fact that we sold off pretty aggressively on the 15-minute chart. So if we sold off aggressively, then take out a liquidity pool to the left, and then so it created that 15-minute fair value gap. So we chopped here, then we displaced on this candle, then on this candle right here we rejected the sell side. So what does that create? A fair value gap to the upside. So what are the chances of us not going to fill this fair value gap if we rejected sell side and we created a breaker? So that is, in my opinion, a high probability breaker. So I took the longs back to the gap. So So this is exactly what I did. So if you reject sell side, you just sold off aggressively, you created a gap above you. So it's either you wait for the gap to get filled and look at the reaction from it to scalp a reversal, or you just scalp towards the gap, you know, which is shit. Bruh. Oh my. Alright, it's mine. So yeah. So that's pretty much what I did. If you're still in bias from the breaker, that's good, you know, but my approach, let's say, it's just finding really quick scalps and be in and out of the market pretty fast. So that was my approach on that trade. But if you sell off, right here I just used liquidity and fair value gaps. We tapped a bullish fair value gap, so I was bullish. We swept sell side, so I was bullish. Then we created a bearish order block, but disrespected it, creating a bullish breaker, so I was bullish again. And then we created a bearish fair value gap above us on the 15, which, you know, if you create a fair value gap, it's most likely a good target because price will be attracted to this fair value gap since there's so many orders sitting there. There was quite some aggression from the 15-minute chart right here that you can see. So if you see weakness at lows, then you can scalp back towards the gap. Pretty simple concept, but you know, liquidity, fair value gaps, timing. I see swept AM low inside a bullish and target unfilled 15. Exactly that. And you know, you could have easily went for the inverse, but that inverse was, you know, kind of it was a bad trade, because it was not a bad trade, but if you saw a pullback immediately after that candle, then it would have been a good trade. But right here we pushed up, so I had to take the breaker entry, you know. So right here what happened was that we went to feel, you know, the body of the breaker. So what happened, like I said, is that you always want to locate buyers and sellers. So right here what happened was that we have a 15-minute gap. Inside this 15-minute gap, we know there's buyers. If we know there's buyers here, then we want to enter inside this gap aggressively. And what is this, you know, break of structure to the downside while we enter an area where we expect buyers to hold? It's called a bearish order block. So this is an OB. So what is happening inside my head is, if we're truly bearish, we should hold here to create new lows, all right? Especially since we sold off. So if the sellers are that strong, then we should respect right here the zone, which is the order block, bearish order block. But right here what happened was that we tapped the 15-minute gap, and then we disrespected that order block. So that order block turns into a breaker, which what I was talking about, a failed PRA. So now I know that a lot of sellers got squeezed inside of this zone after tapping the 15-minute gap, where I initially, you know, knew that there was buyers, potential buyers, waiting for price to tap here. Plus we had the fact that we sold off pretty aggressively, so there's so many orders to get filled above us. So everything just made sense for me to just take the scalp long to break a high to scalp the 15-minute gap. That makes sense. But you know, you gotta understand that this is like the framework. It's always the framework. It's never the entry model. The entry model does not mean anything. It's just order flow. It's just telling you who's winning the battle right now. But who's winning the battle right now doesn't, you know, cannot forecast where price is gonna go. You know what I mean? If you have a break of structure to the upside, the buyers are winning right now. But this is why, let's say, order flow is the same thing as reading candlestick charts, in my opinion, is because even if you see that there's positive delta, like bullish candles printing aggressiveness to the upside, you don't know what's going to happen after. You still need an edge. you know? So it's the same thing. Right here, the framework, why are you taking your trade, is the important thing here, not the entry model. I could have entered here on the change in the state of delivery rather than the full-on breaker, or you know, on an inverse. Because entry models are just subjective in a way. You know, there's so many people who have different interpretations of entry models. They see the reason right here, like there's a lot of people that went short, you know. That's trading. There's people that said to themselves, all right, we just tapped a 5-minute gap, we broke structure to the downside, let me go short, and then they got squeezed. It makes much more sense. Nice. Is there any like other questions, or man, ask me questions about anything, like not necessarily trading related. We still have like 30 minutes left. Anything. You know, if you guys who thinks that they have an edge in the market, but their only problem is psychology. I want to know who feels that way, because I think everyone feels that way in a sense. What you have planned this weekend? Nothing, Jacob. You want to hang out? Let's hang out, Jacob. Do you trade other sessions? I'll tell you one thing. The amount of daily loss limits I hit during Asian session, like I cannot even count. So, no. The answer is no. I don't trade them anymore. Like London, I think London could be a good session to trade. But even that, if you're a scalper, there's gonna be plenty of opportunities during New York. For me, the sweet spot is taking 10 to 12 trades a month. You know, this is different for a lot of people, but that's my approach. You know, if I start taking 3-4 trades per day, the more you engage in the market, the more chances you have to lose, like that you can lose. So yeah, I don't trade any other sessions than New York for now. Is Tradeify NQ bugged right now? Wait, let me see. I don't know. I see it. It's okay for now. This is my Tradeify. This is my stream of Tradeify. Why you do not come every day live on YouTube? Because I live on my Discord also. I have a Discord. And I know, like, if I go live, going live on YouTube is a different breed. You gotta be a different breed. Like, most people on YouTube will never show executions. Like, they will just put the tool. If you show executions on YouTube, you gotta have thick skin, because one losing streak and it's done. You're done for. Bro, do you just use the breaker model? No, not necessarily. I don't only use that. There's multiple entry models you can use. It's just the way you're framing your trade is the most important thing, like I said. There was a question, by the way, up there. He asked me if I was using SMTs. I think SMTs is a is a really good concept, but the later you are using it in the day, the less valuable information it is. If you're using SMTs from like 9:30 to 10:10 or 10:30, like those SMTs will mean something for sure, you know. But if you're out of that time window, that is, you know, most likely that is just gonna fake you out. Like an SMT at like 9:35 is incredible. Hi Mas, are you streaming daily? I would love to see your strategy live. I don't stream daily. I'll stream a little bit more on YouTube, probably like once or twice a week. Twice a week, I would say. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't stream daily. But if you want to know my strategy, there's YouTube videos, plenty of YouTube videos with the same framework explaining everything. I have a new YouTube video coming at 3 p.m. like just after this live. It's my best video by far, in my opinion, like in terms of either like content plus also you know, intro wise, and yeah, I think it's the best I did. How do you identify the OB in this scenario? Oh, good question. Listen, you need to understand that an order block is just a break of structure. You see them everywhere in the chart. A bearish order block. So let's get it you know, straight. In OB, there's two versions. There's the bullish and the bearish. The bullish is a break of structure to the upside. The bearish is a break of structure to the downside. What is your OB? The bearish OB is the last up move before the break of the low, and the bullish OB is the last down move before the break of the high. That's it. So right here, what is the OB? Bearish OB. Right here in this case, when you're going into this 15-minute gap. So what is your thought process? This should hold in order to create new lows. Same thing for fair value gaps. This should hold in order to create new lows. If you don't hold this OB, then you create what we call a BB. So a bullish breaker, which is this exact pattern, which is failed bearish order block. 1040, you entered at 10, wait, I took the 1 minute inverse at 1040 to the downside. I'm gonna see what 1040 you said. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad inverse. Kind of a FOMO trade though, I would say, but in terms of like structure, you tap the 5-minute breaker, 5-minute fair value gap, change in the state of delivery, plus inverse the gap here, have way more chance of seeing the low than the high. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that's a good trade. If that's your framework, you know, if you trade the same thing every day, that's a good trade for you. A good trade for me could be a terrible trade for you. One advice for trading to straight to sim fund account. I'm used to accounts with consistency rules. Yeah. Are you used to accounts without consistency rules? Okay. I would suggest you go like pretty light. You know, you have a 3,000. So if you have a 50k straight to sim, so you have a 50k straight to funded account. Okay, it means that your profit target is 3,000, and your payout is going to be 2,000, and your drawdown is 2,000. So if your drawdown is 2,000 and your profit target is 3,000, then make the math. Depending on how many trades you have in a week or in a month, then in my opinion you shouldn't risk more than what, 200. You just take it slow, you know. I think you should take it slow. There's consistency rules, so you cannot have huge winners. That's pretty much it. So if you cannot have huge winners, then you know, take a repeatable setup that you know will yield you an amount of money that is pretty consistent, even if it's 1-to-1 or less. And yeah, go with it. But don't try to go for home runs. You're gonna blow up that consistency rule. It's not worth it. I'm a swing trader on one pair, and it takes a while to see my setup. It's challenging switching to the lower time frames. I mean, swing trading is a completely different game. Like swing trading, if you're not looking at fundamental, if you don't have any fundamental analysis in your system, it's gonna be hard to make it work. You know, especially if you trade a pair like gold, or you know, fundamental is a big part of swing trading. So if you don't wanna care about the fundamentals too much, then you need to stick to scalping. You know, what is your checklist before taking a trade? My checklist, it's always depending, really. I have multiple models. But my checklist would be to, you know, wait for price to create a good trend, you know, so I can locate what is the trend on the higher time frame by using, you know, fair value gaps, or, you know, higher time frame candles. Then as soon as I see that, then I want to scale down to lower time frames and look for confirmations of 1 minute, 2, 3, or 5 minute order flow. You know, order flow, I mean, when I'm talking about order flow, I mean candlestick patterns. It's the same thing as, you know, looking at footprint chart basically. But yeah, I'm scaling down to the 1, 2, 3, 5 and looking for confirmations towards the same exact drop that I have on the higher time frame. So yeah, it's not really it's depending on every scenario. Sometimes I'll enter on a breaker, sometimes I'll enter on an inverse, sometimes I'll enter immediately in a gap below a low on an OB, depending on the scenario. You go to the gym? Yeah, I do. I do go to the gym. I do go to the gym. So you're saying that I'm skinny, yeah? Damn, that's tough. Cannot even see that I'm going to the gym. That's tough. I have a sleeper build for real. You go to uni. Used to, but stopped. Yeah, I'm from Algeria, but I don't live in Algeria. Left Algeria when I was 4. T'es français? Oui, je suis français. Bah, Canadien. Can you please talk about the 50K advanced? Yeah, so 50K advanced. So basically, you have a $2,100 profit target. Hopefully they didn't change the rules. Hopefully, but that's the rules that I know. $2,100 profit target, $2,000 drawdown, right? And it is a unrealized trailing drawdown, which means that if you're in a position and you're up 300 and then you get stopped out to break even, if you didn't take profits, it counts like you lost 300 of your drawdown because it's equity based rather than end of day. So unrealized trading drawdown, this is the advanced. The growth, it's an end of day drawdown, which is not a trailing drawdown, and unrealized based on equity. And then the straight to sim is also a end of day. That's pretty much it. So you just want to open shorts? Why? Why do you want to open shorts? I mean, the 4-hour looks pretty damn good. I give that to you. 4-hour looks insane. Like in terms of short on the 15 4-hour, that looks pretty damn good. Open high towards that block. Yeah, I'm just gonna give all the list of the email that I see and I'll give it away. That's it. What time is it? 51. Would you combine multiple value gaps into one if they're together? Yeah. You just gotta go up a time frame, and that's most likely what you're gonna see. You see here, let's say, this is exactly what happens. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's multiple 1 minute per value gaps. Then if you go up from the 1 to the 5, you're most likely gonna see only 1 or 2. So right here you see 2. 1 and then 2, because it's the same down move, but if it has no retracement, then it means that it's most likely 1 gap on 1 time frame. So then you go to the 15, there's 1, and that was the basis of my trade. Same thing right here, like you have multiple 1, 2, 3, or 5 minute gaps. You see, even on the 5, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps on the 5. If I go to the 15, there's 2. If I go to the 30, in 7 minutes, there could be only 1. So let's say on the 15, what are the best zones to look for potential, bounces? So it's both of these gaps. Right here. Check daily swings. What do you mean? On the daily chart, let me see the weekly. Damn. Fake out. It's crazy on the weekly. Yeah, that's most likely gonna go down right now. So we opened higher on Monday last week. Wow. Let me see on the daily. We have 2 hours left for that daily candle, but if it closes below this candle's low here, pretty confident we go towards those equal lows right here. You see those equal lows? I don't know if there are equal lows just because I'm on the MNQ chart, but right here, that would be a pretty good target if that daily candle closes bearish. After, taking out the high of a candle that should have took out his own low. Which is crazy. Rarely see that happening on the weekly. You see, like, as soon as we enter this 15-minute gap, buyers, passive buyers, waiting with a limit order, pushing price back to the upside. I could give away more accounts. Damn, I would. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Appreciate you guys for showing up. That was definitely a nice session. So gave away 6 accounts, 2 advanced, 2 gross 50Ks, and 2 straight to Sims. If you won, and good job. Thank you for being part of that stream. We took 1 trade right here, which was a long back right here, quick scalp of like 15 handles, I think 1-1, so something that looked like that. Pretty good scalp right here. And that was pretty much it for today. So I'll be back. I'll be on stream also on possibly Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll make an announcement. But I'll be live on this Sunday. This Sunday, 100%. This Sunday for a back testing stream / recap of the week. Answering questions about if you have any questions about accounts. The sit-ups that happened this week, etc. So live on Sunday and live possibly on Tuesday or Wednesday. All right. So thank you guys so much for showing up again. I will host a lot of more giveaways. That's for sure. All right. That is 100%. All right, guys. Peace out. Much love, and don't forget to use code AMOS. All right. Peace out, guys.